Hello again, welcome back to Asgaard, and welcome back to ATM Spellbound. Now we're picking back up directly right after the last episode, because I want to go ahead and do what we're going to be doing today. And that is, we are going to be setting off in search of the end. And go ahead and tackle that, and then we'll go from there. We may spend the entire episode in the end, or if we have time, we might go in search of a woodland mansion, because that would be kind of nice as well. Because with that, we could push on to the Tier 3 spell book. So that'd be kind of good as well. Okay, yeah, we're actually really close to it. So it's not terribly far from where we actually come out into the world. But I am going to set up a waystone. Okay, now it's back over here. So we're basically right on top of it right now. Right down here. Seeing through other eyes. Okay. Let's see. Well, we'll see what kind of treasure we can pull out of this. We may actually be able to pull out some pretty decent treasure from here. So what do we got up here? We have Architect's Inkwell. We got a Rune of Renewing. These, of course, are books that we can use to cast a spell at half the cost or the user's entire mana bar, whichever is smaller. Apparently, we've already found the portal. Alright, so how many eyes are we missing? 8. That's fine. There we go. That didn't take long at all. I didn't expect the stronghold to be this close to where we come in at. We're going to go ahead and grab a waystone. Drop that down, and we're going to put in End Portal. This is going to be a temporary location because I do have plans to move this before too terribly long. Yeah, okay, here we go. Here's a library. I'm going to say we could possibly find some more loot out of this. Ancient tomes. Of course, we can just dump those in there now because they'll get sent to our library. And while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and stock up on books, because it never hurts, and we're going to be using a bunch of these before too long, so. Wixie Shards, Lore Fragments, and some more Ancient Tomes. Okay, so nothing that crazy out of this. I do want to check this chest, though. Antidote Vessel. Greatly reduces the duration of negative effects. Oh, and we got one here with Mana Steel. Decreases the trading prices of villagers. That could be good. Oh, and we do have another library down here. So I'm going to go ahead and take all the books. And then I think we'll probably head for the Waystone after that, because the loot in here is pretty good, but due to the damage, I mean, we've probably found most of the loot, if not all the loot. What do we got here? That should be good. Let's head on out and back over to the portal. Okay, so let's pop in. And an infinite expanse. So it looks like we could probably kill the Ender Dragon without even doing the... we could probably kill the Ender Dragon without even doing the crystals. If we really wanted to, but of course it'd be a little bit faster just to take out the crystals, so we're going to do that. Boom. 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 Let me, I really like the way the end looks, though. There we go. Alright, crystals are taken care of. And let me go ahead and get some bottles. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so Endermen still attack us. That's fine, because we have like super cleave attacks. Oh my gosh, though. That was crazy. So many Endermen. And so many Ender Pearls. This is all the glass I can muster at the moment. So, that is all the bottles we're going to be getting. Purple bee nest. Okay. Alright, you go ahead and land. Do your thing. And I'll bust out a little bit of damage. Oh, you're not going to do a Dragon's Breath? Come on now. Oh, he's probably not because he probably can't see me. Maybe. Alright, well let me deal with these Endermen real quick. There we go. Okay. Now we'll just burn the Ender Dragon down. Now he's shooting. He sees us now. I'm going to wait till he lands, though. We did get a bit of Dragon's Breath. Some Enderman Essence, some Ender Air Bottles. That's all well and good. But yeah, I'm going to wait till he leaves, or comes down, to finish him off. And here he comes. Oh, come on. I was wanting to get him with a scythe. And there we go. Free the end. And that way we've got all of our stuff right here. From the dragon. Oh. Enderman just knocked me out. Alright. Oh my gosh. Like, the scythe is almost like a must due to the cleave. Like, there's just so many Endermen in the end. Like, with the ring on. Of course, they're not really a big issue for us. Alright, let me go ahead and send that off. Where did it go? Right here. Okay, wow, we got a lot of stuff. Dragon scales. And we'll just go ahead, pop down here, and drop the dragon egg. There we go, next generation. Okay, I just had one of those wonderful random crashes. Lost not a whole lot of progress, but do have to get my dragon egg once more. There we go. Let's go ahead and we're going to set out, and I think we're just going to fly, because it looks like we've got these like airships and stuff. The Imperial March. Find a heavenly challenger. Alright. These are spawning phantoms. What do we got here? They got wither skeletons in netherite armor. And they throw potions. Interesting. Alright. I think we're going to make some bobbly hearts today, I do believe, because we're going to have plenty of resources to do that. What is this guy? They're like aliens. This place is pretty neat, actually. Nothing in the chest. We do have a skull here. Hey! A lot of shroom lights, a lot of dark prismarine. Honestly, I might end up vein mining a lot of this. Because that's just a really convenient source for a lot of that stuff. Golden sword. We've got... I'm going to drop this stuff into here. Not to mention we're finding netherite scrap, which is kind of nice. We have Guild 1... Smite 4 book. What's that? Fortune 3, Indestructible, Efficiency 4, and Nature's Mend. Awesome. I think we're going to have to start taking some of those Indestructibles off of stuff. Alright, what about... Is there anything on these top layers? It looks like there is. Nothing over there, though. It's weird because some of these chests are like completely emptied. Oh, there's another one right over there. They seem like they're going to be extremely common. Now, back down here, we could go downstairs. Oh, wow. What do we got down here? Oh, we got a sea pickle. We're going to take that. So much stuff. Alright, what have we got? So we got diamond helmet with magic protection, golden sword with some nature's mend. Not that crazy. That's okay, we're going to take it anyhow. Oh, we got a novelty drinking hat. Netherite hoe. Serious dedication. Oh, okay. Okay, and no chests over here, so. Alright, what about back in here? We do have a single chest. I'm going to take it. Break the spawners. Night vision goggles. Okay. That's not actually that important to us. There's, it's actually not bad enchantments. I'm going to take that. And we'll just dump all the rest of this into there. Alright, now we should be all set. I'm going to go ahead and set back off. I guess just off in this direction. And I'm going to skip that other airship for now. We're not that worried about it. I'm going to see about finding us a end island. Of course, we could have just teleported from the main island, but meh. I'm just kind of curious to see what we come across as we fly. Here we go. Oh, wow. Look at this. Yeah, we definitely need some building materials from the end. We've got umbrella tree bark, which I can actually get a lot of this stuff just from the alchemy table. Some of the stuff I've already gotten. But wow, it's so pretty. Oh, and then over here we got another spiffy looking area. Blossoming spires. And then we've got the umbrella jungle, and then we have these end barrens. Oh, I like these tendrils, the way they move. Oh, they're so cool. Let me grab a bunch of these. Then we got skulk growth as well. Okay, I've got to have some of those. Also, I should probably get some of this tree membrane as well. Yeah, there we go. And we're getting umbrella tree saplings. Alright, so let's continue on and keep looking around here. Oh, man. It's all just so pretty. Bulbous gardens. And we do have, we got an army of Endermen for starters here. There we go. Ah, so many Eldritch Spirits. We will never, ever again need Eldritch Spirits. Oh, well. Is that True Sight or Third Eye? Whatever it is. Okay. But it looks like we're going to have quite a bit of end content. Phylix. Wow. Okay, how much longer do I have on Third Eye? Not that long. This is Lantern Woods. I may have to get... Because, see, there's a lot of really fancy stuff from the biomes you'll go and Better End for building. And I'm thinking a lot of this stuff we're going to be using in our Undergarden type area. Because a lot of this would just fit kind of that colorful flora that we would have going on. Oh, and look at this. Imperious Grove. And there's like this... Ancient Emerald Ice. Yeah, we gotta have some of it, right? And some of this also, might as well. dense emerald ice and ancient emerald ice. Oh, wow. The end is like crazy cool with better end and, oh, the biomes are go. There's just so much variety here. Then we have amber. Oh my gosh. It's like every time I land, because they can see me when I'm on the broom, you know? And it's just like there's this army of Endermen. Enderman spawn egg! Woo! Okay, I tell you what. I'm going to... Wow, my armor's taking some damage here. Well, I can always warp home and then slash back if we need to. Oh, these are from Ice Star Fields. Oh, wow. Oh, this is cool. Look on the map. Like, the way that shows up on the map, that is just too cool. Shattered Viscal Isles. Man. But let's go ahead and look for, like, an end Highlands. Well, let's go ahead and fly for it. Because more than anything, I was really just wanting to get, like, some chorus fruit. You know, I did get a couple chorus fruits, but I mean, like, a chorus flower and stuff like that. But, of course, the vanilla biomes are actually going to be fairly rare within this area. Man. It's better end forge. Helix tree. That's the tree that we use for our bee area, actually. Of course, we just use the alchemy table to get it, but that's the tree that we do use for that. Ooh, what do we have here? We have, looks like an airship from one of the end strongholds, but it's been kind of flipped over. But the thing is, as we explore some of the dimensions coming up, we're going to be gaining access to a lot of building materials. Look at this place, Sulphur Springs. Okay, now out of curiosity, can I steal these hydrothermal vents? Yep, I can. Oh, that's going to be great. Because I've already got plans for them. Oh, what is this temple? Oh, we got fancy banners. Black banners. Oh, this is like a desert temple, but it's I guess an end temple. Okay. Aha! There is TNT. I don't want it. Endermite Charm. Alright. Orb of Temporary Flight. Shulker Shale. And then over here we've got Astral Dust. Corrupted Tome. Then we got Turtle's Aqua Affinity. Leech 4. Efficiency 5. We got Mundabatur Dust. And then we've got another Orb of Temporary Flight. Ethereum Ore. And then what do we got here? Hunter's Bounty 3, Loyalty 3. Okay, and then let's get out of here. Okay, so out over here, we're almost to the end Highlands, which is where we want to get to. What's this? Chorus Forest. These really crazy chorus plants. Actually, I think this is how they look. Yeah, because now we're in End Highlands. Okay. And we can grab our chorus flowers. Oh, man. Elysium. But there's the spirals. So we'll be able to... is that a chorus? Yeah, it's just a chorus. So we can get like some really multicolor, almost glass type textures from these, which is going to be great. But we also do now have chorus. And of course, in addition, we now have access to Myelite, both the crystals and like the dusky and the regular myelite. So at this point, we're going to pop home. Because we can now make ourselves... I mean, this stuff, it needs to be repaired. So let's go ahead and do that first. Because this stuff is in really, really bad shape. And then, if we take a look at... The main reason we wanted to go do that is so that we could make our Archmage stuff. And we can bulk blast Chorus Fruit for popped. Awesome. Now, we are going to have to get some Mage Bloom, though, which is fairly easy to do. We're going to have to get some Mage Bloom seeds. And if we take a look here, it's going to be source gems and just any kind of seed. Because if we can get our Archmage stuff, spell casting is actually going to be pretty effective because we'll be able to consistently cast some spells. Right now, we can cast spells. It's great for buffs. And it's great in certain situations, but we don't really have the ability to like consistently just constantly cast. But if we can go ahead and get ourselves some Archmage armor, we're not really going to be impacted much on the defense side of things, but we'll be able to cast pretty consistently with that. So there's 4 Mage Bloom seeds. Now, do we have to tier this up? No, we don't. We are going to have to make all the different sets just for the quests, but that's fine. And for the fiber, okay, that's very, very cheap. So let's pop down. We are going to go down to the beehive. And for just a moment, we will be changing this up a little bit. But for right now, we're going to plant our Mage Bloom in right there. And then let me grab our Sigil of the Green Grove. And we're going to go ahead and activate that. And then we can basically just stand here and harvest Mage Bloom at a fairly fast rate. Plus, we're getting more seeds and stuff. I think I'm going to put it in planters up in the R's area. Because, of course, with sigils and, you know, stuff like this, it's insanely fast growth. It doesn't really matter. Even if we have rich soil or not, it's not really that important for us. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's do, like, a full stack of this. It's more than what we're going to need, but... We're going to go ahead and do that. All we're going to need is 24. Alright, so what we're going to do, I guess we're going to go ahead and just make all the armor sets as we go, I think. So there's some Novice Robes. Novice Legs. And I'll put these on armor stands. I'll get that laid out, but I'm going to dump it in here for now. But we can easily just kind of knock through the quest. Okay, no rewards for that. And then we're going to need to get Blaze Fibers, which is just Blaze Rods, or Blaze Powder. So let's get 48 of that. And then we can make all of this set. There we go. Then all we need is the chorus, so we're just going to put that down on there and let that turn into the popped chorus. And then we can get our end fibers. There we go. And then... there we go. Okay. So now we can get our last armor set, and that is going to be the Archmage Set. Okay, now at this point, what we're going to do, let's pop over to here. I think all these have spirits. I don't quite have enough spirits just yet. But let me go ahead and get a few books of disenchanting. And we're going to go ahead... For example, let's take our... well, our chest piece... yeah, I do have the reach on it. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just... disenchant this. Boom, there we go. Let's go ahead and do our legs. And then let's do our headpiece. Now we still have Curse of Breaking 2 and End Veil. That's fine. And we're going to basically be transferring all of our enchantments over to our new armor. So we're going to have, instead of Unbreaking though, I think... I know we've got a few unbreakable or indestructible enchants around here. I do want the mana regen, because I'd love to get mana boost, mana regen, and reactive on our armor pieces. Well, actually, we have mana regen and mana boost 3 here. So let's go ahead, combine these two. And then we'll go with... I don't think I want to go with Blessing because I've noticed sometimes I get some terrible stuff off that. That's really not a buff. So I think I'm going to leave Blessing be. I don't want it. But we're going to go with... let's go with the Headpiece first. If we had Botania, it would be a whole lot easier to enchant this, to be honest. Which raises the question, do we just want to push on to Botania Enchanting? So we don't have to keep, like, you know, trying to get multiple mana boost 3s and mana regen 3s, and we can just go for, like, a general enchant set? I kind of think I do. I kind of think that would be really, really good. Yeah, let's actually do that, because I don't think that I want to have to double up on this, to be honest. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Our armor will be a little bit messed up at the moment. The End Veil. Actually, I think I got... The End Veil doesn't really seem to do a whole lot of anything, but... eh. I am missing pink and lime. That's okay. We can get some fertilizer. So there's 13 of that. That should be fine. There's pink. And we're missing lime. There we go. There's lime. There we go. Quest complete. And we're going to get some XP levels. And they want us to get Floral Fertilizer. There we go. And then we're supposed to get a Pure Daisy. Let's just pop down here. Of course, we don't have night vision at the moment. But that's okay. It will be kind of short-lived. And I don't think it's that dark in this dimension. And I'm going to be using... let's go with, like, brown flour. There we go. There's that. And let me turn off this, because we're going to be needing buckets for a minute. And we'll go ahead... let's break this down. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so there's that. We'll just set this up right here. I don't really have an area set up for Botania just yet. Because I wasn't originally anticipating getting into Botania just right this second. But it doesn't hurt because there's quite a few things that we're going to be getting from Botania. So we might as well go ahead and start it. Quite a few things that we're going to need. Now the quest wants us to make 4 Endo Flames. These are going to be very, very temporary. Because we're actually going to be jumping right past these this episode. But we're going to need a couple light gray, quite a bit of browns, and a couple red. Alright, toss all that into there. Let me get a seed. There we go. And then boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. And one last time. There we go. Quest completed. There's that. Then they want us to get 32 living wood, 32 living rock, and a wand of the forest. That's no problem. And let's go ahead and get ourselves a mana pool. Let's go ahead. Let's see. Let's get some purple petals. Get our wand of the forest. There we go. And then we're going to need a spreader as soon as this finishes up. There we go. Then we'll get our mana spreader. Okay, we're going to go ahead and just get a little bit of mana going. Just down here for right now is fine. So mana spreader, just pumping directly into that. And then our Endo Flames. And we'll just toss down some blaze rods. There we go. And that's going to start sending mana over. Alright, now what we really want to make is the Rosa Arcana, which is going to require a Rune of Mana, so we are going to need the Runic Altar. Let me just go with a few blocks of coal here. And we can go ahead and get our Mana Diamonds. We're going to go ahead and get that. Then we can get our Runic Altar. there's that. I'm not that worried about the quests, really, because I'm losing them. We'll eventually craft all that stuff, and then we'll craft all this stuff again. So that's not that big of a concern for us, I guess. But let's go ahead, grab another mana spreader. And I don't want to use my mushrooms. I actually plan on using those for decorating, not for petals. Let's go ahead and get ourselves another mana spreader. And we're just going to set this one up right here. And it's going to bind over like that. And then to get our Rune of Mana, 5 mana steel and a mana pearl. Well, I've got the mana steel, thanks to just loot. And there's our mana pearl. So we'll go ahead, we'll toss all of that in, get that going. And we might actually have enough mana to pull this off, and then we'll be done with Endo Flames, which will be wonderful. Go ahead and toss that on top. Boom, there we go. There's our Rune of Mana. Okay, so now all we have to do... Oh, I don't have reach anymore. It's weird trying to get used to that. We'll toss that in, and then... Rosa Arcana. 2 pink, 2 purple, and a lime. Toss that in, toss that in. I'm only going to have 1 lime petal, but of course we can grow that with bone meal, so I'm going to tuck that away for now. There we go. There's our Rosa Arcana. Now at this point, I probably don't need any of this setup anymore. Let's go ahead and grab that and that. Task completed. And since we're just about to finish the Living Wood quest, I'm going to go ahead and let this finish up. Let's see, a warp lens is going to require pixie dust. So to do exactly what I'd like to do, it's going to take a little bit more progression, but that's okay. Let me grab this. Let me go ahead and grab this and this. And we'll go ahead and pull these up also. I don't need the Endo Flames anymore. And we'll just go ahead and dismantle our botania setup for the time being. Alright, now let's go ahead and pop up to here. I guess. Either that or I could have it be... And actually, I'll tell you what, instead of having it in the library, because I don't have quite the space and the layout that I had originally intended to have on that floor, we can just put it down the hall and have it kind of just separate. If we take a look here, this is the space that we're going to need. So what I'm thinking we're going to do is we're actually going to push this out and have it be just right down this hall. So it'll be sitting right in there, and that way the stairs from here can actually go over it without issue, and then we can just walk back to the Mana Enchanter and have a room kind of dedicated to it that's right next to the library. And for right now, for my sanity, I'm going to go ahead and put Night Vision back onto this helmet. It's a different book, though. I'm going to keep my one Night Vision book set out. But just so I can see, because after getting used to having Night Vision, it's a little bit odd not to have it. But what we're going to do, since we're putting it up there, this actually will kind of work out for us. We're going to put a spreader sitting right here. We're also going to put a spreader in right here. Though actually, I don't think that Rosa Arcana is going to be close enough to the experience to actually collect it. Because what I want to do is I want to start siphoning off the XP, because of course, it's just basically free XP up for grabs. And the Rosa Arcana, of course, it can either take XP from a player's inventory, or it can take XP from the world and produce more mana from that. And then we're going to have another mana pool setting right here. And this will be a little bit cleaner once we have warp lenses. Like, none of this will be in the middle of the floor like this. But for right now, it's kind of a necessary evil, I guess. Let's see. So what we'll do, since none of these mobs are going to be able to get out of here anyways. I did not mean to do that. That's fine. We'll go ahead and just bind to there. But let's see, I think it is getting mana. It should be getting mana, because the experience orbs that basically end up at the... Yeah, there we go. That end up in this, it basically just absorbs those and then feeds it to the mana spreader. So that should be good. Might try to get some lenses on that, especially on this one, because you'll notice this one's not really keeping up. So we could definitely do with speeding that up. But let's go ahead and block up this. And then, like I said, eventually this is going to be hidden a bit later. But for right now, we're going to leave that open. And that way it can automatically create mana. Now, granted, experience from us is a bit more effective, but it's not automatic. This is automatic and it's going to run passively. And that's what we want. We want to just generate a bunch of mana passively. And then we're going to need an assortment of flowers. We're going to be going with, I think, magenta. May change these up a little bit, depending on how we build out the room. But right now I just want a working mana enchanter, to be honest. And we'll also end up splitting this mana off a bit, but for right now this will be good. What am I missing for that one quest? Oh, they want me to make all that stuff. Okay, that's fine. Let's see, for the mana pylons, we're going to need mana diamonds. 6 of these. We also have 15 black lotuses. We're going to go ahead and use these as a jump start. We'll just toss that into there. Now we've got a decent amount of mana in here. Let's go ahead. And I am going to need 2 more mana steels, so we'll go ahead and get that. There we go. And we'll finish setting up our mana enchanter. There we go. Woo! Okay, so there's that. Then we can go ahead and just right-click that. Boom. And we have the mana enchanter. Okay. Now, at this point, we really do need to let this build up. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a mana splitter. That. There we go. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and get ourselves a mana tablet. Does that have to be... No, it could be a mana pearl. Perfect. We'll toss that in. We'll get ourselves a mana tablet. And then let's go ahead and set this to feed to the mana tablet, because I want to throw that in and just go ahead and get all the mana out of this real quick. And then we're going to go ahead and pull that off. And let's change this up slightly. And we're going to put the mana pool there and the mana splitter there. And then we'll say that that can feed in and throw our mana tablet in. Because what I'd like to do, I'd like to get a few more mana pools. And this is basically just to build up a denser storage for us. So we'll be able to have 4 mana pools filled with mana, kind of just while I'm doing other stuff. It can build up mana in this. And of course I am going to want to open this room up and whatnot. But like I said, I wasn't originally planning on getting into Botania. But then I was like, well, if we're going to be getting new armor and doing enchantments, we could go ahead and just push for this, because it actually doesn't take a whole lot of Botania setup. Now, right now, our mana isn't going to be, like, super crazy fast, but we will be speeding this up further and further. But I think the biggest limiting factor right now, really, is just getting some lenses made. So we might go ahead and do that real quick. But let's go ahead. Now that we've got that, I'd like to get a few sparks. So these right here. Don't want to use that. Let's go with we're going to be making 5 sparks. So we'll just do that. So there we go. And we're going to be just putting sparks onto each of these, and then a spark onto the mana enchanter. And then of course that's going to feed mana from these pools to the mana enchanter extremely fast. So we can knock through some enchantments once we're ready and we have a bit of stored up mana. Okay, it's been a little bit of time. I was letting this mana build up. If we take a look here, all of these are filled. I've been using the mana tablet to move a lot of mana. These 3 are filled and this one is about halfway. I've been using the mana tablet to move mana because of the fact that... Whoops. This is backing up. Otherwise, you know, I did put a spreader. It's a composite potency velocity. So potency, velocity, slime ball. I've been using that to move the mana, but it's such a long distance that it can't keep up. Because I did speed up our XP generation. Because we got that silverfish spawner when we went to the end. I changed this over to a silverfish spawner, and it is pumping out XP at an extremely fast rate. I also did drop the... Well, it's hard to see it right here, but you'll notice the silverfish do get dumped right there. I dropped that by a block. Let's come in here. I didn't mean to touch that poison, but you can see it's dropped by a block. Rose Arcana there, and that way the silverfish can't get out. And they do hit this toxic trap on the way down, so it kind of breaks up a bit of their HP, softens them up a little bit, and then they go in there and they die really, really quick. I also increased the spawning capability, so it's pumping out silverfish at an extremely fast rate. So this is actually going to speed up our blood generation, our source, and our mana. So we need better mana spreaders to be sure, because it's constant. It is just constant. This one keeps up just fine, but this one, not even close. And I do know it's getting pretty close to wrapping up point. I'd like to do maybe one enchant for armor, and then I'll be enchanting all of our armor kind of between episodes. I've been getting some of our armor situated. Now what we're going to do at this point, I've been getting the stuff together. We are going to make ourselves a reactive enchant, and this is going to require 3 glyphs of amplify. And then we're also going to have to get some spell parchment. It actually looks like I don't have any parchment at the moment. I had to go out and hunt a rabbit's foot as well, so that was fun. Took me quite a few kills to get that. But let's go ahead. Get that. There's our blank parchment, and then we can turn this into spell parchment, just like so. And we're not really going to care about what enchant. I don't even know if it necessarily has to have an enchant, to be honest. Let's just grab like an iron chest plate. And if we throw that in there... Okay, no recipe found. That's fine. What we're going to do, let's put that in there. And then we're just going to shift right click it with the speed 3. That's fine. And we'll go ahead and drop that in. Drop that in. And it's going to put the reactive 1 enchant onto our chest plate. I don't know if you can get reactive just randomly, but I don't seem to have any reactive enchants. But it is craftable. A little bit costly, but we're not going to be making it for each piece. We're only going to make it once. So we got that, and then we are going to, if we take a look here, 4 blaze powder, block of gold. It's a fair amount of crafting to get reactive 2, and then we need extend time, AoE, and dampen. And then we just take something that has reactive 1, throw it into there, and that's going to give us reactive 2. And then to get the last tier of reactive, it's going to be an ender pearl. It's going to be extract, pierce, fortune, and then we are going to need to upgrade this marvelous clay into mythical clay, which is actually going to complete a quest for us. That's fine. But we're not actually going to be making any tier 3 glyphs right this second. And then we're just going to pop that into there, and that's going to give us our last tier. Now, bear in mind, something worth noting, this pack does have Tome of Blood, so if you don't want to put forth really any effort as far as making armor and baubles and doing all the stuff that we're doing right now, you can just get a Tome of Blood. If you have, we have basically infinite blood from blood magic, and you can cast all your spells with blood magic and never worry about mana or mana regen or anything like that if you so desire. I find that to be a little bit boring, so I'm not going to be doing that. But if you don't care about doing the whole kind of like building for mana stability, you can do that and then just cast indefinitely without any kind of a downside. So we're going to strip our reactive 3 enchant. So we got that. Alright, now at this point, this can go back into the system. I don't need that. And we can start enchanting some gear. Now we've got a few enchants that are going to go on to every piece of gear. Those are reactive 3, mana boost 3, mana regen 3, so all of ours enchants. Then we're also going to have protection 8. This is the highest protection that I have at the moment, which is pretty good. We also have thorns 5 Indestructible, and Soulbound. So these are going to go onto every armor piece. And then up here I've got, these are going to be boots, these are going to be chest, these are going to be helmet. I don't think there's really anything much in the way of just leg enchants. Let's go with helmet first, because it's going to be exciting. So many enchants needed. We've got Night Vision, we've got Turtle's Aqua Affinity, we have Insight, because why not? We get more experience. We have Air Affinity, so we can mine faster while we're flying. I went with Air Affinity. There's another one, but this one is mining speed penalty when not on the ground. The other one says flying, and I think with the broom, Air Affinity should work. So we also have Inveil, which I don't think actually does anything in this pack, but went ahead and grabbed that. We're not going to be using Unbreaking. And then we have Respiration 7, because why not? All right, we're going to toss down all of those. And we are going to take, and we're going to put on our Archmage hood. Right onto there. Shift right click. And it's going to start going through all the enchanted books. And it's going to take a second because there is a lot of enchanted books here. And there we go. Hopefully it detected all of them. Now at this point, of course, you can go ahead and pick up the books. Because it's got all of them that it needs. Now, if there's any enchants, because this one has a lot of books that we're trying to put on there. If there's any enchants that did not take, that can take, what we can do is we can just enchant these onto another item, disenchant it, and then... I was draining a lot of mana. Actually, I may not have quite enough mana right now. So, that's fine, though. This can kind of sit in limbo while the mana builds up. This one is going to be the most expensive because, of course, the mana cost is based on all the enchants that you're putting on there. So this one looks like it's probably going to need about 4 pulls fields. Actually, a little bit more than 4 pulls field to get this one done. Okay, so let me give it a little bit. It's going to take a little while to build up the mana that we need, but I'm going to try to help it along with our mana tablet. Okay, I've got almost a full mana tablet, and this is pretty close to being done, so we're going to toss that in and hope that we've got enough mana in that. I think we will. I think we've got enough. There we go. And we're going to get a little animation here. I'll go ahead and let that drain the rest of that. And there we go. Then we just right click, and you can see we got our Archmage hood. And I've been kind of sorting our books here. You can see the way that I have this laid out. I'm actually going to shift this over by 1, so it's centered with the room. But yeah, if we take a look here, we have Reactive 3, Mana Boost 3, Mana Regen 3, Respiration 7, End Veil, Air Affinity, Insight 2, Protection 8, Thorns 5, Indestructible, Night Vision, Turtle's Aqua Affinity, and Soulbound. Which Turtle's Aqua Affinity makes us mine faster than on land when we're in the water. So we mine extremely fast. We don't lose it whenever we die. We have Extreme Protection, Night Vision, all the nice R's, enchants. Also, something I was just looking at and thinking about, the ranged weapons. We put Infinity on our bow, but it might have been better to put Endless Quiver, because it says it makes all arrows infinite, and I'm not for sure. Something we'll have to try is, chances are, our magical arrows from ours that make it like do extra damage or split and stuff like that. We could probably make those infinite maybe with Endless Quiver. So something that we might consider, because we are going to be re-enchanting our bow to be a bit better. But now what we're going to do is we're going to take our Archmage hood, since we do have that Reactive 3. Let's go ahead, get ourselves our blank parchment, our spell parchment, and let's pick out a spell to use. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting in some various different buffs into these pieces and have them be reactive. How much mana... Oops, wrong buttons all the time. How much mana does it take for our heal? Not actually that bad, especially since we're going to be pushing into Mana Boost 3, Mana Regen 3, and Archmage Hood, and Archmage Gear in general, which gives us a buff to our mana and Mana Regen. And then with the enchants on there, it's going to be even better. And then once we fill out our book with glyphs, it's going to be even better. So yeah, what we're going to do is let's put in our spell parchment. We're going to take our heal spell. We're just going to shift right click, I think that's the one I want, right? Because I get Regen 4 for like 14 seconds, which is pretty good. Yeah. So we have a Spell Parchment with Self-Heal, Amplify times 3, Extend time 2. And then if we just put that right there, and we take our Archmage Hood, and put that right into there, it's going to consume the Spell Parchment, just like when we did our armor. And now we have our Reactive 3 set to Self-Heal, Amplify times 3, Extend time times 2. And of course, what Reactive does is whenever we take damage, there is a chance based on the rank, Reactive 3 having a pretty good chance, that whenever we take damage, it's going to apply that spell effect. So in this case, it's going to apply Regen 4 to us for like 14 seconds, more often than not when we're hit. So, not to mention all the other stuff that we've got on there. So, we're going to go ahead at this point. I'm probably going to end up taking those enchants off of that. But we're going to go ahead and put on our Archmage Hood. So now if we cast Heal, you can see it takes substantially less mana just from one piece. Substantially less mana to cast that heal spell than it did. And of course, we got 3 more pieces to go, and filling out our book, and upgrading to the final tier of book, all of which basically gives us more mana regen, and all that good stuff. But anyways, I know that it's about wrapping up point for this episode, so we're going to end this one out here. In between episodes, I'll let the mana build up. I'll try to get the other pieces enchanted. They shouldn't take 4 pulls. It's probably a little bit more realistic. They might take 2 or 3 pulls, but probably not 4. Our boots, I am going to be putting Shadow Step 5 onto them and Soul Speed, as well as our other general enchants and our added boot enchants. I don't think I'm going to put Frostwalker on there, but I think for the other stuff, we're going to put that on there. Because Frostwalker can be a little bit annoying, and there's baubles that do the same thing, and it's really not, with a broom, it's not something we're probably going to need, so... But next episode, when we come back, we'll quickly go over some armor, add some reactive to it, and then I think we're going to either set out for a woodland mansion or do some Illager raids to try to get ourselves some Totems of Undying, upgrade our book, maybe do a few new spells, and then, depending on where we're at, we may set off for another dimension or do that in the following episode. We'll see. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys then.